Okay, today we're going to talk about just working some problems and examples that are going to be on your quiz tomorrow and on your test next week, okay? So the next couple of days are going to go like this. Tomorrow we're going to take a short quiz and do some reviewing type stuff, depending on how long it takes you for your quiz. Then Monday and Tuesday I'm going to be out of class. So Monday and Tuesday you're going to have a review on Monday, test on Tuesday. So Monday you're going to have a review video so that you'll know what's on the test, and you'll also have a review in class so you'll be more than prepared for the test on Tuesday. Okay? So these are the kind of problems that are going to be on your quiz tomorrow, and they're kind of the problems we've been working in class just in case you needed some extra help. Plus some of you need this grade for the video so that you can replace the 0 that you got on your video from Monday night. Okay? So let's work the first example. Say we have log of x plus log 8 equals 2. Now, when you have two logs being added together on the same side of the equal sign, you can't just cancel them out. You have to use your properties. So remember, your properties say a plus is the same thing as multiply. A minus is the same thing as divide. Okay, so when they're being added, I'm going to multiply the two big numbers together. So I'm going to have log 8x, because I multiplied them together, equals 2. Okay, remember that if the base is missing, it's a 10. So at this point would be when I would do my switch. Okay, so I would have 10 squared is equal to 8x. 10 squared is 100, equals 8x. Divide by 8, divide by 8. So x is equal to 25 over 2, because they have a 4 in common. Okay? So when you have properties of logs, you have to do it this way. So the other property that you're going to encounter would be like this. Log x minus log 2 is equal to 1. So in this case, minus means divide, so I'm going to rewrite it as log of x over 2 is equal to 1. Okay, remember this is a 10, so I'm going to circle it, do my loop. So I have 10 to the 1 is equal to x over 2. 10 to the 1 is just 10. And then I want to get x by itself, so I'm going to multiply both sides by 2. Okay? So x is equal to 20. Alright? So when they look like this, when you have you're adding two logs or subtracting two logs, you have to work them like this. You have to condense it and then do the loop. Okay? Another type problem you might see on the quiz tomorrow would be something like this. Say we had log base 3 of x plus 2 is equal to log base 3 of 5x. Okay? In this situation, because we're saying they're equal, meaning they're the same, it means whatever this side is equal to has to equal this side. What that means is the log goes away, there's a property in why it goes away. However, you just know that a log equaling a log means I cancel out my logs. Okay, that's the only time you're canceling logs. The other times you're condensing logs. It's a different type problem. Okay, so once I do that, I say that x plus 2 is equal to 5x. Okay, at this point you just have an equation. So draw your line if you need to. You always want to cancel the smallest x, so I'm going to subtract this x to this x. So I'd have 2 is equal to 4x. Then you always divide by the number in front of x. So x is equal to 2 over 4, which is the same thing as 1/2. Okay? So make sure that you're not getting cancel happy and canceling stuff that can't be canceled. There's a difference between two logs being added and two logs that are equal to each other. Okay? Then, the other type of problem we've worked looks like this. This is one from your worksheet, and several of you struggled with it, so I'm going to work it again so you can see it again. Okay? We had lots of things happening in this problem, and yes, it's a more difficult problem, but it's not one that you can't work. Okay? So in this situation, there's two ways to approach it. You can go ahead and condense your logs first, or you can deal with the outside numbers. I'm going to work it by condensing first, because I think that's going to help you to see that it's just like the other problems you were working where you moved stuff to the other side. So what's in the parentheses, I'm adding two logs, which means I'm going to multiply the x and the 3. So in my parentheses, I'm now going to have log base 6 of 3x. Okay? The 3 in the front is still there, the 4 in the back is still there because I haven't actually changed them or moved them. At this point, treat this as if it's one big thing. I want to isolate it. I want to get it by itself. So I'm going to subtract the 4 because you always move the standalone number first. so that would equal 6. Then I'm going to divide by the number in the front. Okay, so at that point my parentheses disappear, and I have log base 6 of 3x is equal to 2. And then at this point, when you have a log equaling a number, that's when you do your loop trick. So the only time you don't use loop trick is when two logs equal each other. Okay, so I would have 6 squared is equal to 3x. So that would be 36 equals 3x. Divide by 3, divide by 3. So x would equal 12. Okay? Those are the 4 different types of problems we've talked about so far. Those are the 4 types of problems that I would make sure I know how to do for the quiz tomorrow and the test next week. Hopefully by now you're feeling more comfortable with it because we've done so much practice. But if not, you need to make sure that you watch this video, watch the video before this video, and look over all of your worksheets. Okay? Alright, have a good night.